evening, everybody. So, the role of grammarian, it sounds very official, but I like it because it's all about words. And I used to study English literature, and it's about our use of language, how it might help you change your story, add extra beef to your message. And sometimes it's about listening out for what we call filler words, such as so, So I'll be listening out for that. And throughout the evening, for the speeches, evaluations, and just in general, I'll be coming back at the end to give my report and give, for example, say, there was lots of similes, like, the summer shining through the window, like I can't think of one now, but anyway, ways that you can paint a story. And as part of the grammarian's role, I get to pick the word of the evening, so that it's a bit like how many times you can fit it in. I'll be tallying it up. So the word I've picked is cool, because being under pressure, I like to think that we can kind of stay cool and be calm. And I'm sure you all know your own definitions of cool, but I didn't realize it's an adjective, noun, and a verb. So use it as you like. But for me, I was thinking of being calm and composed. So he recovered his cool, and then he started laughing at us. Apparently, is a line that they were using. But I'll also put this here. But there is the word at the back there, so that when you're facing the audience, you can think, oh, I'll remember to put cool in what I'm talking about. So that's the role of the grammarian. Thank you. So this evening, I've had a super cool audience, and I think pretty much everybody has used the word cool within their speeches. And in terms of what I was hearing, I'm delighted to pick out phrases to share with you that resonated with me, and I'll kind of go through it in a kind of sequential. I enjoyed Catherine's feeling tachycardic, such a good use word when she's having to clean her house within an hour. You can absolutely imagine her heart racing and the chaos that she needed to, not chaos, the mild untidiness that she had to deal with. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. I enjoyed Gavin's spotlight on when he used that phrase to talk about feedback and on the positives, focusing on that as opposed to feedback being negative. Within Sue's speech, I enjoyed her phrases which uses kind of assonance, which is similar sounding letters, so to live, to thrive. I enjoyed the full and abundant life, good use of descriptive words. And I think this is probably a metaphor, which is money is sweat equity. So it's what you do in order to gain money. I enjoyed that phrase. It really conjured up a good image. I enjoyed George's speech, obviously full of emotion, and the way that he said that his brain was being plunged into a bucket of cold water really, really hit, and absolutely you can feel that emotion there. But I also enjoyed the way that the spider dropped in ink and drawn all over his speech with the sellotaping of his words. I enjoyed that visual imagery there. And the metaphor of, instead of butterflies in your tummy, you're trying to get them butterflies into formation. So once you've got a bit more practice, they might not all go away, but you certainly know where they are. And the image of having crashed and burned several times in here, but being able to kind of recoup and learn from your experience. I enjoyed Tom's physiological and psychological issues, the way that the PHPS, that sound kind of resonates with me as well. And the phrase, a lonely magnum. It's not a single magnum, which would have been an easy thing to do, but the use of the word lonely really personified it and made it highlighted the exact emotion that he wanted you to have for it. And that he just kind of can't keep kicking these habits, but he's encouraging you to try to do it with the little devil and the little angel. I enjoyed that. And Daniela's feeling disconnected with the audience when you're looking at the board. The use of the word disconnect, you can really feel what that sounds like. And Tom's phrase of, you've been about the bush a bit, rolled off the tongue, but you kind of get an idea of what that means as well. Sense of alliteration. And Gavin's metaphors of the sugar monster and the magnum mentor might have been a good phrase, and the self-censor, just kind of the way that the letters and the sounds roll off your tongue kind of hits you and bends out of the box. Really good phrase when you're trying to create an image. And Tom's understatement of, they've been a bit naughty, hackers doing terrible things. They've just been a bit naughty. And Diana's Zen moment, I like that word, and definitely throwing pressure onto somebody else, but feeling Zen, just like a little bubble. It was really calming. And repeats, finding the right balance is another good phrase. And that's my report. Thanks so much.